What's up, my fellow creators, and welcome, guys. I hope everybody is having a phenomenal day. So, we are currently in Taurus season. Yay! So, definitely a time for grounding in our monies and in our careers. And the full moon is tonight. I did post a reading on that a few days ago, so make sure you guys do get that to see what it is that you're going to experience with this full moon in Scorpio, the pink moon. And yeah, we're here. So I'm going to do a pick a card reading today in regards to what to expect in Taurus season, or what energies might be coming to you towards this in this time, and maybe just what you need to expect over the next month or so. And I was gonna do it, well, I think I might as well. I think I'm gonna do it in love. So we're just gonna see what to expect in this month in love, and then maybe next week I will, or later this week I will go ahead and do a video based on career and money and stuff like that. So just, again, the healing, whatever comes out, I'm the messenger, guys. So take what resonates and leave what does not. And yeah, we'll get this going. I don't have any gemstones or anything to put on the piles, but that's all right. Let me go ahead and get shuffling. Source, this is for the pick a card for Taurus season, what to expect in love. What does the collective need to expect in love in the Taurus season? And also, guys, these are timeless readings, so if you click on it and we're outside of Taurus reading, it just means that you were meant to hear it then. So what does the collective need to hear in regards to love in this season of Taurus? Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Pile number one. What does pile number one need to hear? Source. Thank you. And what does pile number two need to hear? Source. Okay, so this card wants to come out. I'm going to take that. Alright, what does pile number three need to hear in regards to love in this Taurus season? Oh, shoot. Okay. That went flying off the table, guys. Let me get these straight here. Okay. I think... yeah, you guys went... I don't know what happened, but y'all fell down. Okay, so... pile number one. What else do they need to hear in regards to love? Thank you, Source. Pile number two. What else do they need to hear in regards to love in this Taurus season? Okay. So pile number two, you're done. And pile number three. What else do they need to hear in regards to love? Okay, thank you. And pile number one. What else do they need to hear in regards to love? Whoa, okay, so they flew out. I'm going to take them. There must be a clarifier in there, so. Alright. And pile number three. What else does... nope. I thought it was going to come out. What else does pile number three need to hear in regards to love? Okay, well. Things popping out, flying out. We'll see what's up, guys. Okay, I cannot knock on this, because it knocks you guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being patient with me as I figure this all out. Okay, so I'm actually going to draw a clarifier from my other deck, and I'm going to use that so you guys can pick it. What's a clarifying card for pile number one, Source? Alright. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. I'm going to face them towards you guys so you can pick them. What about pile number two? What's a clarifying card for pile number two, Source? One card, please. Maybe your guys is already clarified. Shoot. Okay, I keep hearing this one. It just wants to come out. So, okay. So we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. Alright. And I'll include these in the reading too, guys. So, and then pile number three. This one right here wanted to come out. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. Alright. Definitely got some earth energy going on. We've got a little bit of Virgo energy coming in. We've got some Libra energy coming in, and we've got some Taurus energy coming in too. So it's for you guys to pick. Take a deep breath. Right. And let me flip these back around so I remember how to read them correctly. Move these guys over here. Alright, and pile number 1. So put that there. Let's see what we got going on for you guys in love. Okay, we've got the Devil coming out strong in the reverse. Okay, the Magician coming out in the upright. Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords coming out in the upright. Hopefully I can fit these all on here. And we've got the Nine of Wands also in the upright. Okay, so I feel like I need to start with this Ten of Pentacles over here. So the love that's going on in your life right now, this could be something that you just recently got out of pile number 1. This could be something that you're dealing with, or this could be something that is coming up that you just need to be aware of. Okay, so just understand these energies. It's different for all of us, but right now I feel like there's a situation that love was like you got together in love because of money. And now you're seeing that the money isn't coming through the way that it was supposed to, or maybe the money's not coming through with the way that they wanted it to, and so it's kind of put a damper on things. And this is actually like with this 10 of Pentacles being right next to the Devil card, showing me that there was much more to this connection in regards to material gain and material possessions and material addictions than anything else. There was no love in here. And it's interesting because we have a deck or a card from each one of the suits except for the Cups suit. So there was no love in this. And it's like you guys definitely went through the thick and thin of it, right? It's like you're in an unhealthy relationship, but you went through the thick and thin of it, and you guys, you know, maybe there was a third party involved. And the saddest thing is that I feel like how do I put this? It's unfortunate here with this Magician here. Like, you're a powerful manifester, pile number 1. You're very powerful, and I think that what happened is that you were so concerned about being in a relationship that you didn't realize what it was that you were manifesting until it was too late. Okay, like you basically manifested this. Like, this Magician is telling me that this situation came in because you weren't ready to heal yourself so that you could get into a healthy relationship. And this doesn't have to be a partnership love. This could, again, love is anything. It could be friendship, family, you know, partnership, relationship, situationship, right? Other people are involved. Love is such a high, like a huge range. And I think that people limit it only to relationships. No, like there's so much more to it. But what happened is that it was like more so you wanted to manifest a relationship for the idea of stability. And what you didn't realize is that this idea of stability kind of fell apart once you got involved into this relationship. Now, I'm getting a feeling, this is very specific for some of you guys, that you are dealing with some very sharp lower back, lower abdominal pain. Abdomen pain. I don't know why I couldn't say that, but I feel like you guys are definitely dealing with a lot of, you know, it's a lot of uncertainty, but it manifests itself in pain. And I feel like you guys are definitely dealing with some of that right now, and you're not sure why. Maybe you have to take a really hot shower in order to get up in the morning, or, you know, you got to take and do some certain kinds of stretches just so you can stand up straight. And it's really starting to wear on you. And I think that you're coming into the realization, or you're ready to hear this information of it was you that manifested this. Like, you were so passionate about being in a situation with somebody that you didn't actually stop to say, what is it that I really want? It was more or less like, I'll settle for the next thing that comes along. And when you settled for that thing, like, you did not realize you were getting involved in this devil energy, which is very unhealthy, very obsessive, very addicting, very, codependent energy here. And like I said, it's like, maybe this person could be bringing in a third party. You could be bringing in a third party. Or what is happening here, guys, and again, it doesn't have to be a third party relationship. What could be happening is that there is still an attachment to a prior codependent relationship that is being remanifested in the current. Okay, and it's like, I don't feel like you guys are in this heart and soul. I think that this is more about how you look and how others perceive you than what it is that you really wanted. You wanted love, but you didn't actually want to do the work that was involved in finding love. So what do you need to expect in the upcoming month? I think that you are going to come into a deeper understanding of this, not just me saying it to you. I really think it's going to weigh on your heart. You're going to really start weighing the pros and cons of being connected to something like this. And if you're not in a relationship right now, what I think is going to happen is that you're really going to start looking at your past relationships and saying, okay, why were they so unhealthy? And was it really that other person's fault? Or was it because of something that I didn't heal in myself? A lot of times we want to blame another person for where we're at, when the reality of the situation is it's because we haven't healed something. And the interesting thing here is, I feel like for some of you, there's definitely a sexual addiction that keeps popping up. And every time it pops up, you give into the addiction rather than dealing with the uncertainty of it. So, maybe abstaining or having a time of celibacy. It's like that almost doesn't fit well with your regimen. And so that's what Source is really pointing out here right now. It's like you want to manifest it into the physical, and it's like, to you, your mind or your emotional ego is saying, but I'm manifesting a relationship, when the underlying problem is really, no, I'm manifesting a sexual partner because I can't go without, because there's something that's disconnected in my root chakra. Okay, and so I feel like that's something that you came in rushing towards. Like, you really came in rushing towards this. It was something that was a mind decision. It wasn't a heart decision. In fact, this was like, you had to get creative, I feel like, with this person to bring them into your life. Like, it was either you had to go beyond what you normally would have or anything like that. But it was like you were ready to give everything in order to manifest this person into your life. And it was really hard for you to trust the journey moving forward, so it was easier for you to trust a journey moving backwards into the past and remanifesting something that you've already lived through. One thing to keep in mind, though, don't be disheartened by this pile number one. Again, I'm the messenger here, but this is a cycle for you. Okay, this is definitely a cycle for you, and this is the end of the cycle. When you learn the lesson from this, once you observe your own actions, and once you really truly embark on this journey of what is it that I really want, not how do I appear to other people, but what do I really want for myself, and you really start to understand your own being and what it is that you would like from this life, then you're going to close this out, and you're not going to go back into this. Like, you're going to manifest a whole new bright future that's going to have a lot of communication. It's going to have a lot of groundedness. It's going to have a lot of abilities to overcome. So it's like, with this was definitely a hardship that you've gone through. This was something that you had to, it's if you're going through it now, you feel like you don't want to, because you don't want to start over. Like, there's this energy of not wanting to start over. There's this energy of not wanting to go through the maze of life without this person, or without this codependent relationship, this codependent thought process, because you might not be in a relationship. This is just a thought process or a pattern that you have. And so that's what's going on right now. It's like, right now your ego is really holding on to this old belief and wanting to hold on to it so tightly, and wanting to continue to manifest this to prove itself right, rather than allowing spirit to come in and your higher self and saying, okay, we're cleansing this, we're purging this from our system, we're getting rid of this, we're really completing this cycle. It starts with the way that you believe about yourself. You need to start telling yourself nicer things, pile one. You need to start saying, I am worthy of the love I desire. You need to inform this yourself that there is no just because the past wasn't what you wanted it to be, you have to look at the blessing of that to see that the universe has something that is more powerfully connected to you, that is more aligned with you, that is going to make you not happy, because happiness is an inside job, but that is going to satisfy your needs and your wants and your desires, okay? And that's what source is really trying to point out for you here in love. This is about you really taking the time to understand the depths of your manifestation abilities, and to be able to embrace all of your emotions. If you look here, it's just interesting because the cups are on the table here, right? He's not holding the cups in his hands. And that's the thing. It's like you are too busy distracting yourself with the passion and the material realm, and you're not dealing with the depths of your emotions. And it's so very, very important for us to deal with the depth of our emotions. It's so very important for us to really understand why we have attracted something like this into our life. Even if at one point we were completely dependent and we had that in our lives and it's just mirroring now into our adult lives, we have to just really take a look at that and understand that we are better than, what we've let ourselves believe. I think we get so caught up in this idea that, oh, we can't have what we want because it never seems to come. I always get stuck in a place where I have the same thing that comes to me. I have the same people that come to me. Well, you're going to always have those same people if that's what you keep saying. The more you say it, I keep manifesting, a narcissistic people. I keep manifesting people who aren't for me. I keep manifesting people who don't want to support me. I keep manifesting. Do you see what I'm saying? So instead of saying that, start to say, I choose love, and I choose the love that is good for me. I choose the love that is healthy for me. I choose passion that is healthy for me, because this is passion, desire leading you into unhealthy commitments, okay? And this is definitely a place of where you don't want to honor those commitments, but it's like you feel obligated to, because it's like, well, this is what I asked for and I need to figure out a way to make it work. Rather than trying to make this situation work, rather than trying to dissect what you could have done differently, how about you look at the actions in this relationship, both your own and this other person's, and really weigh it out. Like, okay, maybe this person would always make you feel bad when you were feeling good, or maybe this person would, shit on your dreams, or maybe this person would, sometimes tell you that they loved you. And then also too, maybe you were acting like a child. Maybe you weren't coming at it from sound place. It was kind of like you were always hurt, and so you were always trying to find ways to kind of poke at this person, like that. Like, if you're gonna look at one side, you have to look at your own side. It's easy to place blame, but these two cards together is showing me that it was a balance between you two that was precariously kept, and you both brought something to this relationship. You both brought something to this love situationship, okay? And it is hard. It is hard. Whatever it is that you experience, pile one, I just want to tell you, it is hard. It is heavy. It is difficult. It is painful. It's sad. There's a lot of anger that's involved here, okay? You have to honor that that's how you feel. If you're angry and you want to write a hate letter, take some time to write a hate letter so you can actually get out that feeling. You can get it out so that you can deal with it, and then be like, okay, I did what I needed to do. Go burn the hate letter, and then you'll feel a lot better. Okay, this is just one example. But you need to honor how you feel. If you don't ever actually honor how you feel, this is going to continue to manifest in your life. And it's interesting because, again, the devil speaks about those materialistic obsessions that we have. Okay, and one of those materialistic obsessions that the whole world has is a relationship. Okay, we're speaking on love in this Taurus season. What is it that you can expect in love? This is a realization coming through. Okay, this is a realization coming through for you. This is not another relationship coming through. This is not a new offer. This is not any of that. This is you having to start over from what feels like scratch, but it's not, because you're starting over from experience. You've experienced this. You already know what this is. Source wants you to see that you have the ability to manifest something new into your life that's not this, okay? That is abundant. And I think that's why also the 10 of Pentacles came out. Even though it came out in the reverse, it's still saying that, like, there's still something that's in your life that is abundant, okay? Like, there's something that can come to you that's abundant. But this was unfairly matched. Like, this was an unfair situation, okay? And that's, unfortunately, pile one, that is life. Sometimes we experience some very heavy, unfair situations. And it's also that we can learn what our true passion is in life. It's also that we can learn what commitment to ourselves really is. It's also we can learn how to change and to flow and to listen to our spirit rather than listening to what society says that we have to become. Okay, because that's what leaves us wanting and feeling like we have nothing. And I feel like once you do this and you really honor this for yourself, I feel like you're going to spark some creativity in the near future that's going to really just set you apart from where you've been. Okay, let's see. Let's get some guidance. This one wants to come out. And I think for you, I'm going to draw one from my dragon oracles. I don't bring these out very often. I speak to my brother with these, but yeah, let's see what comes out. What dragon oracle will help pile number one along their journey, Source? What dragon oracle will help pile one? Thank you. Okay. Let's see what we got on the earth magic here. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. Submerged iceberg. This is perfect. So this card talks about, you see these are icebergs, right? And what do you know about an iceberg? Just ask yourself that. You only see 10% of the iceberg, right? And for this to be over here, like, Source is saying you only saw 10% of this because you were trying to manifest your passion, which was a sexual relationship, into reality, and you did that, but you were only looking at 10%. Like, sex is so minuscule in regards to what really a relationship is. And so it's like you have this 90% that's under the water, and it was like you started seeing bits of that 90% come out in this connection, and you didn't like what you were seeing. Okay, and it was hard, and it was difficult, and it was upsetting, and you didn't like that. It was like the world on your shoulders is what I'm hearing. So to find out, it's like you need to really start reversing that belief that I need to have the 10% first and then I'll figure out the 90%, right? Whatever's down here. What Source is asking you is it's time for you to now take a look at the 90% that's underneath the surface. Their emotional, mental state, how they treat you, how they observe you. Like, do they respect you? Do they disrespect you? You know, these are the things that you need to ask yourself before you ever embark on the 10%. You need to submerge yourself in the truth of their being, in the truth of your being, and see if that intertwines before you ever lay down with somebody. Because the sexual encounter is so minuscule compared to what you could have in life. You want to manifest a healthy relationship. I'm really getting that from you, pile number one. But it's like you're so bent on, oh, well, are they good in bed? You know, am I going to have a sexual connection with them? You know what? If you mesh in all other areas, emotionally, physically, you know, mentally, you know, and you guys have similar life paths, but see, maybe when you lay down with them, the sex is not that exciting. Are you really going to leave that person who meshes with you so well on every other part of your life just so that you can have a good fantasy, a good fling? You know, like, that to me doesn't make any sense, because here's the deal. It's like you need to understand that when you're connecting with a person like that, you can spice up anything for you, right? Oh my gosh, okay. Look at this. You guys need to work on your truth. Look at how much blue is coming in. Look at the colors here. Look at how similar they are. We've got Soul Guardian. Okay. This is the number 30 card. So 3 is about your spirits and guides here. And then you got Soul Guardian. And these cards are very close in color. Now, I want to read this card for you, okay? Okay, Soul Guardian. This beautiful dragon is your soul guardian and your own dragon counterpart. The majestic being carries all of you, all incarnations and experiences. You are he is you. He knows all there is to know about you and your lives. He knows that which you need to do and that which you avoid and celebrate. He is the guardian of every incarnation that you have ever experienced as a soul throughout the ages. The good, the bad, and of course the ugly. He says, I also hold your shadow side, that which one would rather not acknowledge exists. I am the keeper of all memories. As you pass through each lifetime, the human body and mind, being what it is, has a need to protect itself when trauma or pain, right, is experienced, whether from birth, life, or death. Small pieces of your soul retreats to protect itself, and as the guardian of your soul, I keep all these pieces safe. I am the expression of the whole and complete you. If your soul guardian dragon has arrived in your cards today, you are being urged that the time has come to begin to piece your soul back together, to recall all the missing links, therefore completing the amazing picture of you and all your magnificence as a living being. He tells us all you need to do is ask, and I will guide your way. You are a spiritual warrior, but you must learn to listen to your inner guidance, and I will be beside you as you traverse your path. What did I say, guys? Like, you need to understand what it is that you want. It's like you were so quick to manifest a relationship, like you didn't think about the consequences. It was more about, I need to have a sexual partner in my life so that I could appear one certain way, rather than understanding the truth of who you are. And that's okay. That's okay. That's why Soul Guardian came here. It's not that it's your fault. It's that something happened along the way. And that's why I was saying you have to really go back into your childhood, into your adolescence, and find out, what is it that I experienced that cut me off? You know, a lot of people like, you need to do past life regressions. And if you guys are into that, that's great. You can totally do that. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, please don't feel, left out or anything. What you guys can do, because what happens in our souls and in our lives now is that our life as when we were children will mirror whatever we carried over with us into this lifetime. So if we carried over hurt, pain, betrayal, suffering, whatever that is, we will experience that in our childhood so that we can re-trigger that. And it's something that we can heal now that we're adults. It's not any longer a time for you to be afraid. This is a time for you to really embrace that inner spiritual warrior and do this path. Like, really see the truth of this for you, because if you don't, you're going to continue this cycle. And Soul Guardian wants you to know that now it's time for you to really honor that 90% that's under the water that you don't want to look at, you don't want people to see, that you don't want to acknowledge. I think you're so afraid of being alone that you don't see the beauty of who you are. And again, it's like, this is hard information to take on. So if you've made it this far and you're still listening and you didn't get mad and click off, because I know that's what some people do, I just know that, you're not alone in this, that sometimes we have to take a vow of celibacy. We have to take a vow of abstinence from the things that we find pleasure in, so that we can actually see that we weren't finding pleasure in them at all. We were relying on them to fill a void within our soul, right? That could be drugs, it could be partying, it could be alcohol, it could be anything, sex, drugs, money, alcohol, all those things, really. It could be anything. You could be addicted to a type of person. You could be addicted to a way of living. You could be addicted to a way of being, okay? And that's what Source is saying. It's like, that's because you don't want to deal with the person that's underneath, the person that is the beautiful you. So be willing to observe that. Be willing to let that go. Like, be willing to come into a place of balance for yourself so that you can be vulnerable. You don't want to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is scary to you. It means that you have to acknowledge that there's parts of you that are vulnerable and that could potentially be hurt. But it's in our vulnerabilities that we find freedom and strength. And that's what you have to learn. Like, you have to learn to be vulnerable with yourself so that you can learn to be vulnerable with the outside realms, okay? Oh, heavy love, heavy in love for you this month. But it's also beautiful because you are learning something so powerful, Pile 1. Please like this video, share this video, Subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell so you're always notified when my next video goes live. Make sure you guys do check out my talks, and that way then you guys can really grow and learn, and I'm just sharing tips and tricks from my own experiences, passing them on, hoping that they help raise you guys into a new higher consciousness. Okay, well, thank you for joining me with Becky's House of Cards, and as always, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. CQ Bubbles out of the house for now, and I'm moving on to pile number 2. All right, so for those of you that chose this Three of Swords in the reverse, this is what to expect in Taurus season for love. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles coming out. Move these over just a little bit. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. And give me just a second here. This is one of my more difficult cards. I believe that this is in the upright. Alright. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And this one is also in the upright. Okay. I do just want to check on this Three of Wands here. You guys have a lot of Pentacle energy coming in. Yeah, okay. And then let me just check on this too. Some of these cards are very difficult to tell what's upright and what's reversed. Alright, good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so everything's upright for you guys except for the Three of Swords. And I think that that's a thing. Like, you guys have dealt with something very tragic in the past. And I feel like it is weighing heavy on you. But what you're not seeing is, like, you're not listening. Like, you're not listening to your guidance. Like, you're right? So, like, right? They say broken heart, and that's definitely for the Rider-Waite Tarot. But in this tarot, this is talking about how somebody came in and it was like a third party that defeated you. So maybe you were in love with somebody and they cheated on you, or they brought in a third party, they started speaking to somebody else. Whatever it was, there's like a sense of betrayal here, okay? There's a deep sense of betrayal here, and it's like you felt so defeated. And the saddest thing about this is when Three of Swords is in the upright, it's really talking about your connection to Source and how you're letting the beauty of Source really guide you through life. And when it's in the reverse, it's more or less you're like, put the sword down right in front of you, and you're like, that's the obstacle that I cannot cross. I cannot without anything, or, without knowing what it is or whatever, I'm defeated by it. I completely cannot move forward. I am so stuck. And it's sad, because the depth of this is saying that really all you have to do is, like King Arthur, pick up the sword. Pick up the sword out of your way, or go around it. I mean, if you can't pick it up, go around it. But my advice to you is to pick it up, because when you pick it up, you can honor the fact that what you went through was what felt like defeat. Like, whether that was like, what's wrong with me? Why does this happen to me? Why did it happen to me? What was going on with me? Like these things, you can honor the way that you felt in the situation, and it'll allow you to grow as an individual. It'll allow you to overcome these negative obstacles that seem to appear in your life that make you feel like you have to always turn around and reroute yourself. You don't have to turn around and reroute yourself. This is situations that are going to continue to arise for you. Okay, and yes, I said for you, pile number 2. These are going to continue to rise for you, so that you can realize that you have a chance to grow. You have a chance to grow emotionally, spiritually, mentally. You have a chance to grow beyond the person that you once were and become the person that you're meant to be. Okay, this is going to allow you to embrace some sense of new passion. Look, you have a brand new beginning that's coming to you. This could be a partnership, okay? I don't want to say that this is romantic love. It could very well be romantic love. We don't have cups cards on the table, which is that romantic side. But right now we're talking about, look, there's a lot of coin here. You have the King of Coins, the stable, person who's very capable of taking care of themselves. It's like these situations have really forced you into, like, you've turned your back on it. And it's like you don't want to deal with it again. And so in not dealing with it again, you've let that become a have all be all. My dog's going to bark really quick. Here, hold on just a second, guys. So it's like you've let this situation turn your back on love. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting here. And it's like you were more focused on moving forward with your life, your money, your career, your success. And it's almost like this turmoil has put you in a place where you don't believe that you're successful, and you still kind of mirror that energy in your business. So maybe somebody comes in and they appear better than you or more capable than you, and it makes you feel less than. Okay, and what you need to honor in this pile number 2 is that you have come so far. You have come so far in this. And whereas maybe you don't have a new love interest, you have a friendship or partnership, business situationship that is coming in that is going to develop into something that is far beyond what you could have ever imagined. There's going to be balance here. There's going to be equal give and take. There's going to be a happy outcome. Like, there's no, like, it's like you've come so far. It's like you can't stop now. It's like, yes, maybe you dealt with the heartache. Maybe you dealt with the broken, trust, the broken communication. Maybe you dealt with people trying to stab you in the back. Maybe you dealt with people who were undermining you. But you never let that stop you. You still kept going. And it was like, it's hard for you to honor yourself because no one in the world has really honored you. No one in the world has really encouraged you. And it's like, you kind of, look, you're all alone. You're this King of Pentacles here. You're all alone. You're all alone, but somebody's coming. Somebody's coming to assist you and aid you in the next steps of your journey. And you're going to see this beautiful beginning, this new beginning that's profound. And it's going to be, you're planting seeds for the future, right? Like you're going to have this brand new opportunity that's going to be abundant in every way. I think more than just material abundance. And yes, the Ace of Pentacles is talking about that material realm, abundance, money, stability, and all these things. But this is going to be abundant in so many different ways. Like, I keep getting this sense that you're going to connect with somebody that's going to walk this path of life with you. And they're going to be somebody that you confide in. Whether it's somebody that grows into a love relationship afterwards, they're going to help re-inspire your passion. They're going to help re-inspire you as an individual. And they're going to show you that there's so much to live for in this world, that you don't have to let this defeat hold you back anymore. And one thing I do want to point out here, pile 2, is that there is a little bit of, actually, it's not a little bit, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of bit of anger coming out. So this tells me that if you don't deal with this, okay, you're going to repress that anger. And if you repress that anger, it's going to show up some way, shape, or form in the future. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to mess up what's coming to you, but it could really mess up that idea for bringing in love. All right. Now, it could be an earth sign that's coming to you, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, heavy on the Virgo energy. Could also be a Aries or a Libra, or you dealt with a Libra, or you dealt with one of these signs, or you could be one of these signs. I did not have the signs pop up in the first reading, but it's wanting to come out now, so I'm letting it come out now, and I just want you to know that whatever it is, this is about you growing. This is about you growing into something new. This is about you growing beyond where you were. This is about you having a newfound faith in the realm around you. This is about you learning how to trust the processes of the world coming into your life. And don't give up. Don't give up, because everything's going to work out for you. Hold on, guys. The dogs are going to bark again. Okay, so I might have to pause one more time, and I apologize, but this is about you learning how to trust yourself and the journey that you've come on. Okay, pile 2, like, you really have this beautiful space around you. You really have this beautiful opportunity in front of you. But you have to honor what it is that you've gone through. Okay, like these two. Aria. You have to honor this situation that you went through to see that you had to grow into this. You're in a king energy. This is not just like, hold on just a second, guys. You have to honor this broken way. Okay, this way that's felt like it's holding you back. It's felt like it's become a problem in your life. You have to honor that you went through that, because it's in going through that you turned into this. Okay. Alright, guys. So, yeah, it's just about you really embracing that and really letting go of the anger. Because if you keep holding on to the anger, it's going to put you in a place of discomfort, okay? And it could potentially manifest in this path that you're moving into. This is a beautiful path that you're moving into. Again, love is more than just relationship love. Love is friendship love, family love. So this could be you creating a long-lasting friendship that will turn into family. Okay, so really honoring that and holding on to that. So let's get some guidance. Your guys' is pretty much straightforward. It's like you've just been through the ringer. You've been through some hurt. You've been through some pain. And this is more about you learning how to embrace yourself and really honor yourself, okay? And I think in self-love, you're going to really blow up into a new place of consciousness. And sometimes it's not easy. Like, sometimes you go through some really uncomfortable things. Sometimes you have to deal with some really uncomfortable people. And sometimes you have to deal with some really uncomfortable situations. But it's in dealing with those that you're going to be able to come into the business mindset and understand what's important for you to take care of when it comes to your money, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your investments and your stability. Okay, like, it's like people will come at you. They're always going to come at you. People are always going to try and make things difficult for you. But this is more about you learning how to balance yourself and understanding that it's okay to ask. It's okay to have that space. It's okay for you to do what you feel is right and not worry about how it's going to affect other people's feelings. Because I think that's why we've got this Three of Swords here to begin with, is that you were worried about how everybody else felt about the situation. And so it was more about you not hurting people's feelings and not realizing that in the end, you really got hurt yourself. So don't give up. Your money's coming. You're holding your coin in your hand. It's already yours, right? You already have this Ace of Coins right now, but there's abundance that is about to fall into your lap, and you've come so far. So don't give up. Don't be so focused on everything. Really just focus on yourself right now. Really focus on where you're going right now, and really focus on the truth that you have standing in front of you. Right, so let's get some guidance. I know your guys' was a little bit shorter, and I apologize. So if you want to listen to one of the other readings, go for it. But when they're straightforward like this, there's really no need to really expand on it. What oracle guidance can we give to pile number 2, Source? What oracle guidance can we give to pile number 2? Be open to your guidance too, guys. What oracle advice can we give to pile number 2? So this one wants to come out, so I'm going to take that one. And then I want to get one of these for you. What shaman oracle card can we give to pile number 2, Source? Okay, thank you. This is energies and properties that you can work with to kind of help you embrace that powerful, that powerful energy. I feel like you're really in a space where you need to embrace power energy. Yeah. So first, let's go into this reflection, right? This is in regards to this. You have to reflect back on this time, even though it's painful. Okay, pile 2, I know it's painful. I know it's really hurtful, and there's a lot of sense of betrayal. There's a sense of just mistrust. There's a sense of like, I'll never be able to be in that same situation again. And honestly, you won't be in that situation again, because I feel like you guys are really going to take this time to reflect. You're going to look in the mirror and say, okay, what was it that I brought to this situation that made it feel this way? And what was it that this person brought to this situation that made it feel this way? It was like, at the end of the day, you had no control over the person or what they did. The only person that you had control over was yourself. And maybe in that time you didn't feel that at all. Maybe you were trying to control the situation. Maybe you were trying to control the outcome. Maybe you were trying to control this person so that they did what you wanted to do. And if you were, it's okay. 90% of people do that. They do it without realizing it. But I feel like you're coming into this space of really honoring the fact that, okay, I had this difficulty in my life, and I want to look at it in a way so that I can use that to empower me to step up into this King of Pentacles energy. And I want to use that so that I know I'm not going to step back into that again, and that I can always be that strong, powerful person moving into the future. Like, you're the one that's so I love this King of Pentacles, because it's like you experienced your past, and your past is what brings stability in the future, as long as you honor your past, okay? And that's why I feel like this reflection card is coming out here, because it's asking you just honor your past. Like, don't be upset, don't be angry, don't let it get you down. Rather, use it and look at it in a way that's going to empower you. So, you know what? Maybe I was a little bit too controlling over this person, and not controlling of myself. So how can I control myself more in the future? How can I really focus on myself? And it's like, yes, this is a love reading, but they really want you to focus on self. Okay. And what I say, it felt like when you guys do this, there's going to be like this new situation that falls into your lap, right? So it's like interesting, because it's a very explosive energy that's coming through. We've got golden seal number 26, which is 8. So this is infinity, right? The infinity symbol, which is your abundance. And that's masculine, south, sun, and fire. Okay? And I'm going to read this one to you guys. So maybe you guys need to work with golden seal. It'll help you embrace properties that you need. So it says, I am golden seal. I am power root. I am one of the most versatile of plants. My roots are used for digestive problems, ulcers, cankers, and other open wounds. I help get rid of what upsets you. Yeah, this is very upsetting to you. My medicine is for you to help you heal that which is causing you internal pain, or who is getting under your skin. Open your eyes and get to the root of the problem. Your ability to communicate will bring you the abundance and prosperity you are looking for. Yeah, so here we have abundance and prosperity coming through. You know, swords cards are all about communication, right? They're all about being able to talk. And I feel like that's what was lacking in this situation. It was more or less, it was like you couldn't say what you needed to say, and so it was about bringing you into this place of now you need to really say what you need to say. Even if you can't tell that person, you need to say it to yourself, and you need to say it out loud, so that you are honoring how you feel, right? It's when you honor how you feel, then you'll be able to move past this, and you'll be able to reflect on it. And when you reflect on it, you know, the powerful image coming from this card is that in the reflection, what do you see in the reflection? Right? You see the same thing up here. You see these trees reflected down here. You don't see somebody else's reflection here in these trees, right? And that is the beautiful thing about self-reflection and reflecting on our past, is that we have to really reflect on ourselves and see where it is that we've come from. Because if we don't allow ourselves to reflect on our past and see where it is that we've come from, then we'll always find ourselves repeating the same mistakes over and over again. And it's in repeating these same mistakes that we find ourselves lacking somewhere, because we're trying to fill a void within ourselves that can only be filled by reflecting on ourselves and letting ourselves come into a place of self-love. All right? So don't be afraid to do that self-reflection. Don't be afraid to go in. Don't be afraid to focus on yourself and really grow into a new place, okay? Because I think you're going to find some newfound strength that you never even knew existed. It's just that it's been there the whole time. It's that you never actually invoked it before, right? And so once you do, you're going to come into this place of prosperity and balance, and it's going to be absolutely intriguing and beautiful for you. So please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys always know when the next video does come out. Make sure you guys catch my other videos. They do help you along your journey, giving you tips and tricks on how to expand your consciousness. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3. But as always, thank you for joining me for Becky's House of Cards. And go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. I'm moving on to pile number 3. Alright, so for those of you that chose the 7 of Pentacles in the upright, see what we got going on in Taurus season for love. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We've got the 4 of Swords in the upright. Okay, and we've got the 5 of Swords in the reverse. This is interesting energy coming in. So I'm doing love readings, and not a single pile have I gotten a cups card. Not a single pile. Right? So, yeah, let's see. So the Seven of Pentacles is really about building, stability. And I feel like you've been working on building stability in your life. I feel like you've really gone out of your way to build a bright new future for yourself. I feel like you've really gone out of your way to build your coin, to embrace the newness of coins, to really have that, balance in your life between innovation and something from the past, right? Bringing the old and the new together. It's like merging of ideas. And you've really gone out of your way to do that. And it seems like you're in this space, you're just in a mind space right now. It's like you don't even want to focus on your money. I feel like you're more focused on getting love, but it's like you're not seeing the failure, right, that this is bringing to you, or the, not failure, maybe that's a bad word, the discrepancies in it, right? It's like you're so focused on everything that's not helping you, right? And it's like easier for you to focus on money. Like that's in the forefront right now is your money, because it's like you feel like you've got repeated failures, repeated bad luck, repeated situations that just keep coming. Like all these piles are kind of similar, like a lot of heartbreak coming through, like a lot of past situations that are coming through. And I think that's the thing. It's like everybody wants to know who's the next person that's coming in, but I focus more on what is it that you need to heal so that you can move forward and actually get what it is that you want. This has been a cycle for you, absolutely, and you have to change. And I feel like in this, you're feeling pressured. Maybe you're coming up into an age that people think you can't, get married anymore, have kids anymore. Maybe you're feeling pressured because of a certain situation outside of you. Maybe you're feeling like, I'm getting a big sense of peer pressure here, and a lot of negativity that's being fed to you, and a lot of just outside chatter that's coming in. And it's like you don't want to tell anybody. You barely want to tell yourself that you've had this repeated bad fortune. And it's like, I don't even want to deal with what people are saying, but it's like, I'm also feeling this pressure, and I don't want to change. Like, I don't want to explain it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to look at it. I don't even want to be in a place of talking about it. And look at this. Look at the cycles. Look at the cycles around you. You have a cycle here. You have a cycle here. You have a cycle here. You're surrounded in cycle, right? This is you. You're surrounded in cycle. And it's like you keep repeating the past because you are in a headspace where you don't even want to look at it. Like you are refusing to change. You don't want to look at the past. You would rather feel this pressure. You would rather feel this upset. You would rather feel this negativity and this lack of truth, rather than to go back and deal with the emotion, the anguish, the hurt, the betrayal, the pain that's coming up. And you don't think very highly of yourself. Like for some reason, there's some sort of self-blame that's coming out here. And there's also a disconnect, okay, from your sacral chakra. And it could be that you're dealing with Sagittarius or an Aquarius or a Libra or Taurus. Doesn't have to be. You could be one of those as well. But it's like you've lost your passion in life, and you've come into a place of cutting yourself off. You refuse to speak your truth. You come more from a place of anger, and everything in your life is more fueled with anger. It's like, I think that there's a lot of people that are mirroring you back to you. And when you see this, you're like, oh, this is just that repeated bad luck. Right? When you see this mirrored back to you, you're just like, man, why does it have to keep happening this way? Why does it have to keep going like this? And what Source is trying to bring to you is the solution to your problems. Like, I think sometimes we run into a place where we don't feel like we have solutions within ourselves. And what Source is really trying to show you is that you do. The solution is laying within you. You don't have to keep going through this situation over and over again. As long as you take the time to honor what it is that you're feeling, as long as you take the time to really truly embrace what it is that you've gone through. But if you don't embrace that, if you don't listen to that, you're going to keep seeing the past repeat itself, even if it's not really repeating itself. It's just to you, you feel like it's repeating itself because it seems like it's the exact same as another situation. But that's not the case. It's like this, you've asked for healing, pile 3, but at the same time, if you're going to ask for healing, you have to be willing to take that into consideration. You have to be willing to do the steps that it takes to heal. You can't just be in a place of like, well, Source, you need to heal me. You need to do all the work. You need to change my life. You need to put me in a place where I have good fortune coming. You need to put me in a place where, you know, I'm stable again. And it's interesting because what you don't see is that whatever it is, it's connected to your money. It's connected to the material realm, your material possessions. Okay, so I'm getting a very strong sense, and I need to tell you, pile 3, that it's time for you to get rid of things that you have, things that you've been holding on to for a long time, things that you might think have meaning, but they really have no meaning. And the reason being is because that's going to open up space for you to start actually seeing the lessons that are coming into you. Okay? It's like you want love, but you're in such a space. Like, it's like, you know what? Screw love. I would rather go build my material things. I would rather go build my money. I would rather go do this than to open my heart, because if I open my heart, I'm just going to get cut again and again and again. It's like, so instead of allowing yourself to blossom, you've turned yourself into this double-edged sword. And it's like, whether somebody loves you or they don't, it's like you cut them the same. Because it's like, I'm going to cut you before you can cut me, because I've been cut so many times. How many times can we say cut? And really, this Wheel of Fortune here is showing you that it's time for you to really embrace the honesty and the depth and the truth of your reality. You can't just keep running away to money, because if you keep running away to money, you're never going to have a fulfilling relationship in your life. Be it money, guys. Money, money, money. No, be it like family, be it friendship, be it love, be it whatever it is. It's like you're always going to be afraid of getting hurt, and you always feel that pressure that even if it just starts to mirror the situation, you're very quick to jump. You're very quick to jump ship. And it's like, it reminds me of this line in this show that I watch. If you hold everything against everybody, you'll never have any friends. And I feel like that's so very valid here, because it's like, whether you're involved in a relationship or not, I feel like sometimes you keep a relationship just so that you have that idea that you're doing what society is asking you to do. You're not honoring how you feel. You're not honoring the situation. You're not honoring even how this other person feels. It's like, well, they're showing up for me, so I might as well just show up with them, but we still have fights. We still argue with each other. We still have these situations where we don't trust each other. We still have this energy back and forth that's not balanced. So in order for me to balance myself, I'm going to go right back to earning money, buying material things, getting things that make me feel good, you know, filling that void with stuff. And I'm not saying you're a hoarder. Some of you might be. But what I'm saying is that you're hoarding energy right now, and it's a negative kind of energy, and it's like you're trying to fill that with something outside of yourself, and it's not fulfilling. Like, nothing you're doing is fulfilling. And so what's happening is that you're creating this cycle over again. You really have to look into your past. You really have to look into your emotions. Okay? When I see the Wheel of Fortune, this is talking about your sacral chakra. And for me, when your sacral chakra comes up, you've really disconnected from the femininity in yourself. Whether you're a man or a woman, it does not matter. You are more likely to embrace a masculine energy than you are to flow with life. It's like, if things kind of get bumpy, it's like, instead of riding the waves, instead of riding the current, it's like you basically put your foot down, you crawl out, and you would rather traverse the heavy, hard land than allow the river to take you where you need to go. It's like you try to carve your own path, but Source is like, why are you trying to carve your own path when, as long as you make it through these turbulent waters, you're going to be free flowing, right? And it's like, not to say that you shouldn't carve your own path in life, you really should, but when Source is trying to help you heal because you've asked, you prayed, you've demanded it, okay, Source can only meet you halfway. You have to be willing to take the next steps. You have to be willing to meet Source in a space of saying, okay, I'm really interested in having this prosperous life. I'm really interested in being content and happy and fulfilled in my life. And I want to meet you halfway, and I'm willing to do that healing. I'm willing to look inside. I'm willing to go within. I'm willing to honor my heart. I'm willing to honor this space within me and see that I am a being of light and divinity. And because of that, I am worthy and deserving of what it is that I desire. But I have to come into the modality and the mindset that that is mine, because if I don't, it's always going to keep coming back to this repeated bad luck, because you're going to keep coming from, and dare I say it, pile 3, you're going to keep coming from some sort of bad attitude. You could be the nicest person in the world, but that doesn't mean that you don't have an attitude towards people. Right? Everyone's like, oh, I don't have an attitude. You know, guys, it's really hard. I think for you guys, you have to really honestly see that the hardest thing for you is to look at yourself. It's easy to blame everybody outside of you. It's easy to blame peer pressure. It's easy to say that everybody outside of you is the one that's the problem. It's easy to say that, well, I'm only here because Source doesn't love me. I'm only here because this person did this to me. I'm only here because that person did this to me. But everything in life is a two-way road. Like, the seed doesn't grow without water, right? And that's it. The seeds don't move without the wind. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything is interconnected. So there is no you versus them. It's like all of us are in this together. And it's like whether you need to separate yourself so that you can really honestly look at yourself, or if you need to see that as that we all are in this together and we all have to deal with this together, whichever way it is, so that you can really uncover the heartache and the pain that keeps coming to you, that makes you feel like you can't get out of this, okay? Whatever it is, you have to really truly find a space so that you can say, okay, what did I bring to this pile 3? And I feel like that's the energy I'm getting. Like with these swords cards here, it's like you do not want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do anything you're asking me to do. Like you're very stubborn. That's the best word I can come up with right now. It's hard-headed. Like you're hard-headed because this is the way you've done things for so long. And it's not that they've ever worked out for you, because they really haven't. I mean, you've got the Wheel of Fortune showing off your reading for love. Like, let's say in the reverse. It's not even in the upright. It's in the reverse. And you don't see that it's this mindset that you have around your material gain that is turning it, because you're trying to fill an empty void within yourself with outside things. And that's what you don't want to change. It's like dealing with emotion is so uncomfortable. I would rather focus on my money. I would rather focus on other things. I would rather focus on this. It's like every time it comes up, oh, I'd rather focus on this. Oh, here comes your mom. Oh, I'd rather focus on this. Oh, here comes your mom. Oh, I'd rather focus over here. You know, it's like you don't want to deal with it. And I can respect that. Okay, I can respect that. But Source wants you to know it's time for you, because you're ready to hear this and you're ready to come into a space of where you can heal from it. You don't have to stay in this space of upset. Like, you don't have to stay in this space of reversal of fortune. There's something that's so abundant that's trying to find its way to you, and yet if you don't choose to change, right? If you don't choose to really let this energy come into you to where you can really blow out through this repetitive cycle and come into something new, you're always going to stab yourself in the foot, and you're always going to come from a place of anger and demise and aggression towards others. You know, other people are not your problem. That's I think the hardest thing for us to realize in this journey is that we've spent a lifetime blaming others for where we're at, because we don't want to see ourselves. But remember, when you point the finger, how many fingers are pointing back at you? There's 3 fingers pointing at you. And when are you going to ask, who's really the problem here? Is it them or is it me? Because if you're coming from a bad attitude, if you're coming from a bad state of mind, if you're coming from an upset place, you're going to continue to attract these situations to you that are going to trigger you, pile 3. They're going to trigger you so that you can heal it. It's not triggering you because Source has some sick sense of humor. No, you asked for the healing. So Source is trying to help you heal. But if you're refusing to heal, if you're refusing to change, if you're refusing to see this, what can Source do? Source can just keep sending you the situations and hope that one day, because Source has infinite faith in you, that you're going to see it and you're going to acknowledge it and you're going to honor it. And when you acknowledge and honor it, then you're going to... It was me. It was me. The dogs thought somebody's knocking on the door. That you're going to be able to grow from it, okay? And it's hard. It's not easy. None of this is easy. It's simple. The steps are simple and they'll always remain simple. But that doesn't make it easy. And it's like you would rather take the easy way out than to deal with the failure of your past life, right? Not like a past life, but your past. Like you see it as failure. You see it as an upset. You see it as something that's not even worth unburying. And so you buried it deep inside of you. And now it's time for you to really acknowledge that. Because if you don't, you're going to keep... It's like, I hear rewind. Rewind. Be kind, rewind. It's like you just keep throwing yourself in the VCR and rewinding yourself. For those of you that don't know what a VCR is, you missed out on a good childhood. Alright, let me get some oracle advice for you, pile number 3. And yeah, let's see what we can do to help just guide you forward. Be open to your advice, alright? So what oracle advice can we give to pile number 3, Source? What oracle advice can we give to pile number 3? This one wants to come out, so I'm going to take it. And for you guys, I don't even want to draw my Earth Magic. I just want to get these two, the Dragon and the Shaman cards. So what Shaman oracle advice can we give to our pile number 3s? Alright, this one wants to come out. Alright. Singled. Number 22. You got a power number card. Interesting. Let me get my book. I'm going to read this. So, 22 is about trusting the process. Can you trust this process? Or, like, I'm a trigger reader. Like, I definitely trigger people. And so, are you going to get upset and click off? Like, that's the thing. Are you just going to be, like, mad about it and click off and not listen to your advice, not listen to the truth? I'm here to tell you what's real. I'm here to tell you what's coming through, okay? They want me to acknowledge this because some of you guys have come this far because you're like, wow, maybe she does have some, validity in what she's saying. No, this is what's coming through on the cards, okay? So the thing is that you have to trust this process so that you can complete this cycle, because Source is trying to tell you you're almost done, but you have to change. You have to change. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't make this up. You guys saw the card, right? The Dragon Singled arrives when we need to take notice of ourselves and acknowledge old negative patterns. Okay, I can't make this up. I can't. He asks us to recognize the old emotional blocks. These can be anger, fear, and maybe hatred, for example. Ooh, I didn't bring that one up because I don't like talking about hate. But yeah, there's a deep sense of anger that is coming through here, okay? He has these words to say about gratitude. Review your life to date. What did I say? You have to go back in the past. This is crazy. Okay. Review your life to date and find things to be grateful for, to rejoice in who you are. Acknowledge the fears, the envy, the guilt, or the anger within. Accept the niggling doubts. Admit that they are present, for they are a part of you, the whole you. But you have no need to dwell here, for they are old and no longer relevant to your future life. Instead, feel the pure joy of being alive. Seek the positive in your existence here on earth. Uncover the things to rejoice about. Do that which lifts your heart, that deep inner smile that comes from deep within. Seek an amulet to act as a reminder. This can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily. Set the intention within it. When this totem is on your person, so it reminds you that all is as it should be. For you are learning the lessons of gratitude. You are exactly where you should be now. Set the intention that guides you to stay focused on being joyous and gracious. Think, chant, write, or sing happiness, peace, laughter, but above all, gratitude. Put it to music and dance with it. Do it daily, numerous times daily, until joy and gratitude become an intrinsic part of your everyday life. Practice it until it resides in your heart and settles a new pattern of being who you truly are. Go forward with love deep in your heart. Single. So, yeah, you guys do not want to observe this past. And Single's here to tell you it's time. It's time for you to really look at this. And look, he's like a water dragon. Like, look at this. Look at the water back here. Waters are emotions, right? Waters are emotions. And look, he looks so gnarly. Like, he's just such a cool looking dragon. But it's like he's just here to really help you embrace that and trust this process of going deep within. It's like you want to give yourself answers from somebody that's outside of you, from something that's outside of you. You want something that's outside of you to give you what you need. And it's not going to work that way. Hey. No. Sorry, guys. So you guys don't want to trust this process. It's like, I just want everyone else to feel my pain, and I just want to cut them off, and I want them to see that I'm the one that's hurt, and I don't want to acknowledge anything that they've gone through. Well, unfortunately, pile 3 in life, if you're hurting, most oftentimes the person that you think is hurting you is hurting too. Okay, look, I can't, 33. Hey. No. You got number 33, another power number. Okay? Source is really talking to you right now. You got 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the table. It's time for you to change. It's time for you to get out of this cycle. This is beans, masculine, south, Mercury, and air. Communication, what did I say? You guys have a problem with communication. Oh my goodness. I can't. You all saw me draw that card right now. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Okay. So this is talking about the fruits of the earth, the vitality in our life, because without beans, we would have nothing, right? Right, okay. So I'm going to read this one to you guys too. I am beans. I am the vitality of your life. Together with squash and corn, we are the life force. I am always returning more than I take. I feed the earth. This is a time for a new or renewed relationships. Love is in the air. Developing harmony leads to security, which allows for advancement. Reconcile any old issues and concerns. I am versatile. Yeah, this totally makes sense. What did I tell you guys? You're like, don't even want to get close to anybody because you're afraid of getting hurt. So it's like, I'm going to cut you before you cut me. I won't even let myself grow in this relationship because I'm so afraid of getting hurt. And that's what you have to let go of. Look, you got 22 and 33. These are both very powerful numbers to come out together. Okay, so it's like both of your oracle cards are telling you it's time for you to really get back to yourself, rekindle that old love with yourself, let go of these old patterns, let go of this old way of being, and come into something new, grow into something new. Look, they wanted me to put this over here, Mercury and air. You have swords cards. That's talking about communication, which is the Mercury. Mercury is communication. The Gemini is ruled by Mercury, right? And that's air. Air is all about talking. It's about speaking your truth. It's about embracing the truth of who you are, not only in the here and the now, but the truth of who you were when these situations kept coming up. As these situations kept coming up, are you really the one that's innocent in all of this, or did you have a vital part to play? Because at the end of the day, no matter how good a person is, no matter how perfect a person seems, we all have our own parts to play in this life. What did I say? You can't have one without the other. We're all connected. We're all in this together. We all have something that we need to bring to the table. And if you're constantly pointing the finger at other people, you're basically saying, I'm so good that I don't have anything wrong with me. It's everybody else outside of me that has something wrong with them. And I'm sorry, pile 3, but that is not the way it works. That's just not the way it works. You just really have to honor yourself and be okay with it. You felt that way too. Don't beat yourself up because you felt that way. You know, everybody goes through that, especially on this journey. When you're taking the spiritual journey, there's a part of your journey that you're just kind of like, wow, I really was selfish in thinking that my shit didn't stink. Right? And really at the end of the day, we're roses, right? We're all roses. We're learning how to blossom, but along with our blossoms, we all have those sticky thorns, you know? And sometimes the thorns poke us, and sometimes they poke other people. It's okay. It's not, this is not anything to be upset about. It's not anything to be mad about. It's just like, this is what's coming up in love for you. Your oracle even tells you, once you deal with this, once you cleanse the past part of you, you're going to have new love come in. Right? Or even rekindle people who went away from your life because they didn't want to deal with this. Like, or you didn't want to deal with them because you held every little thing against them. Again, if you hold every little thing against every person, you'll never have any friends. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be upsets. There's going to be times when you don't agree with what people are doing. But you know what? That's because we're all different. That's because we all see the world differently. You can't hold that against everybody. What you can hold against a person is if they don't respect you. You can hold against a person if they are vicious towards you for purpose. You know, like those are the things that you can hold against a person, but you can't really hold it against them anyways, because if you hold on to that anger and that hurt and that pain, you'll never be able to forgive. And if you're not able to forgive, that's when we can't move on in our lives. And that's when we find ourselves in these cycles. So maybe I had to say that because some few of you need to forgive. Somebody needs to forgive something or someone or a situation from the past in order to allow yourself to be open enough to see the reality of the now. It's not the same. Nothing is the same. Everything is different. All right? Please like this video, share this video, comment if you can. I don't know. I don't have my comments open. I don't know why I'm saying that. But subscribe, guys, and set that notification bell so you always know when my next video goes live. This is what you can expect in love in Taurus season. Again, I'm not here to tell you when your next love is coming in. I'm here to tell you what it is that you can do to heal yourselves, because that's the type of reader that I am. I'm more about self-healing than I am about predicting the future, okay? So with that being said, guys, I love you, and I want to thank you for allowing me your time in Becky's House of Cards. And until next time, as always, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. I'm out of the house until next time. Peace out. I love you guys. Bye.